Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Chicago Bears franchise here today as we're at episode 44, and we're wrapping up the series here with the draft. And of course, I'm going to give you my thoughts about the draft here in this one. This is going to be a pretty lengthy video. I will tell you now, if you guys want to hear my spiel about what our things, what we would do in season 3 with some players like that, and more in depth with the draft, then go ahead and jump to about 24 minutes into the video, and that takes you into the last hour that I was talking about the draft. Originally this video was going to be set up for almost was not planned for more than an hour, about like hour and a half. But I kind of went on a spiel and did more of in that part of the video because that was live commentary when I was doing that. I didn't want to do the draft and then do my explanation of the players that we picked, all that kind of stuff, in this video, and nobody's gonna sit here for 3 hours and listen to a guy like me ram on about just football. I mean, if you're a sports nut and you're a junkie like I am, you probably would, but for us, for at least for me and my sake of keeping my voice, because I was losing my voice, and you can tell later in the video that I'm kind of losing my voice. I wanted to talk more and get really in depth about the players of what I had planned for season 3 and what we was going to do with the players that we're getting in the draft. As you see here, we're looking at some of the first. This is the first round that you guys are seeing from the draft that we just had here. And of course, I don't get into too much about the players that we because these are random players that we have. They're not part of normally I have players from our college series over here to Madden, but with the players that the real life players in the game, we had those players in last year's game, that next year's draft players and stuff like that. But there will be players from our Nebraska Cornhusker series, as well as our coaching carousels, both Matt Marvel and Sheldon Sherman, and of course our Road to Glory players as well will be a part of future drafts in this particular series here. So keep an eye out for that. I'll let you guys know those draft classes are ready, and you guys can download those yourself. Right now I'm working on the most recent Highland Scotty series that we wrapped up. They're going to be in this draft, as well as a couple other players from that series, as well as Road to Glories and stuff like that. Threw some other players in there as well. So a little bit of a customizable draft. We'll get to more of those players when we get into more of the Ravens series when that series starts up. But as you see here, we're looking at the first draft here, and of course, like I said, some of the players I seen on this draft, this was actually a decent draft class. In the last video, I mentioned that we didn't go into depth with signing players, because really and truly, I mean, with $85 million, we actually did pretty well signing the players that we wanted to. I always say we got to try to re-sign the guys that are our core players, and I feel like we did that. I think we did an excellent job of re-signing those players and those core players there. Now, of course, I will tell you now, what I say now here in these first 23 minutes of the video compared to the last part of this video might contradict each other, so I do apologize. Just roll with it. My future self, aka my past self, because I originally did that first and then came back and did this part of the video. I might forget about some of the things I said in that the last part of this video, so just bear with me. I'm trying to do my best to edit this down, and I was trying to do my best to edit down further because I could add, do all commentary all at once, but just didn't work out that way. Like I said, there was some pretty good information I was talking about the players there. There were some really crazy things that happened in the draft with certain teams there, which just kind of got me thinking, like, I may not want to end this series just yet, because there's some pretty good storylines coming out of this one, especially within the division. You got the Lions, Vikings, and Packers making some huge changes to their offense, and again, you'll hear me talk about that later in that part of the video. So like I said, if you want to hear more about that stuff and what happened in the draft, what I was thinking about players wise, jump ahead about 24 minutes into the video, somewhere around the 20, I think it starts around the 23:48 mark. So go there and definitely listen to that if you guys want to jump to that or so. I'm not gonna hate you if you do. But as we take a look here, we're looking at the first round picks here, and there were some pretty good picks here. There was some, obviously, I know I'm not one of those types of players, like I'm not gonna sit there and jump ahead of teams unless I really need to. And this draft class was all right. It was, I wouldn't say it was a 10 out of 10, but I would say it was definitely at least a 7.5 out of 10. There's some pretty good players, and obviously if you had some early picks, you definitely could get some decent players here. There was actually some quarterbacks I was surprised that did not do so well. That were not being brought up to that, especially in the second round. There were some decent second round guys there, but there's a lot that kind of fell to the third round, a couple in the fourth round, and then some. There were some undrafted free agents that should have been. Well, actually, some of them did get drafted, but some of them were left out to hang, and it's like, wow, they really don't like quarterbacks this year. But there were some decent quarterbacks that came from some small schools that were actually, when I look at the draft class or draft grade or their overalls, I'm like, wow, that's a player they can sit out for a while, but if you work with him and kind of build him as a project player, he would definitely. There were some players that definitely fit that mold. So of course we're looking at offensive line, and we're looking at free safeties here. And of course, Page there is one of our players that we were looking at for our draft. For our first round pick, and that's what we went ahead and did. Went ahead and picked him up, and I think he was a good pick there for the first round here. I want to work on a little bit more on the defensive side of things, and look at that excellent pick. He was ranked 23rd of true value. We got him drafted at 32. Hit film is filled with massive hits. Will make plays in zone coverage. And he has a high level of intensity there. So that was a good pick there. Let's see what we got here. Let's look at his player profile here. And oh, look at that head and dev. That is nice. 94 acceleration, 89 speed. Oh man, strength. Strength needs a little work there, but everything else looks very good. And I think that's a good pick there to start us off with our defense. We want that defense to continue to grow, to develop, and still be a huge asset for us going into season 3. And that is what I'm looking for the most part. Like I said, we kept our core guys there in this, and we did our best to continue doing that. And then of course now we're just trying to start finding some pieces here that will fit the puzzle for us. Either fill a gap, or in this case, Page. He is a guy that he definitely is going to be around this organization for the foreseeable future. He's our first round pick, and I think it was an excellent pick for us. They were saying the first mock drafts were having us go pick a defensive lineman, and right now, with the exception of maybe replacing somebody like Billings, that would be it. But I didn't feel like there were some decent players there that could fit that position, but we were not, we didn't have the capital to move up in the draft to get those players out. I feel like we could have got, that were obviously really good. So it's a tricky thing trying to move up in the draft, and you're kind of looking at I was kind of looking at my guys and within my division. And of course, I was looking at everybody else and seeing what was going on. And it's like I said, it's not a scientific thing at all. It's really tricky because you pull one thread, there's another thread behind you that's going to undo something that you could have gotten that person if you didn't get this one. So it's just one of those tricky things there. Craig St. Louis, Robbie Amell, I was looking at their numbers there. Now, of course, we're not in the position to get a quarterback right now because of course, Caleb Williams is our guy. But there were some pretty good quarterbacks And I could not understand. Now, some of the numbers are kind of not really that decent, but you know, this we're going into the second round. This is late second round, I believe, and there was a lot of guys that should have been first round, quarterbacks that were not being taken. I'm thinking, like, what is going on? Like, what is the computer doing? Because normally they snatch up your first round or your especially your solid first round quarterbacks, and then your first second round guys, and then your mid second guys as well. But for whatever reason, the computer was not going out, and I just kept thinking, like, maybe they know something that I don't. And to me, the numbers look pretty good there. You got Justin Graham, who's one of another player of ours, and a couple mock drafts there. And so we decide to go second round here. And our second round pick here in the draft will be, who is this? Who is our guy? Who is going to be our second round pick here in the draft? And I believe it is that Graham, young man, Justin Graham. B potential, or excuse me, I should say B pick there. Good pick. He's ranked 185th in true value. We got him at 64. So we got a pretty good deal off of that. Overpowered by strength. He's rarely overpowered by strength. Block shedding in the running game is effective. And of course, bull rush is excellent. And there you see, okay, normal potential. So we didn't hit one out of the ballpark necessarily, but he is for a player from Alabama, so you know his work ethic's really good. He's a run stopper, so he's going to be definitely plugging that hole there. And this is a guy that will definitely, we can definitely have and harness and try to utilize and get him some development pretty early on, since we don't have Billings now on our squad anymore. So that'll be definitely a guy that we can definitely develop here and get see how well he does down the line. So third round, we're kind of looking at it now. We're going at the offensive side of things. We got two defensive players to kick off. It was free safety and defensive tackle. Now, the guards that we were looking at, or the offensive linemen, these guys were set in the late second round, early third round, and I didn't want to, overreach or extend here. So I decided, okay, we'll go ahead and wait. We'll play everything out. We'll see how things work out. And we went ahead with a left guard here for the Bears, and we got Danny Hardwell. Hey, we got Danny Hill from last year. He was our first round pick. Now we got a Danny Hartwell, and there you see, ranked 100th in true value. We got him at 96, so that's not bad at all. And we'll see there, you see his scouting report there. Competitive run blocker, very strong, and bully defenders in the running game. That's what we need there, especially with the two running backs that we've been doing very well with, Homer and Johnson. I decided, like, hey, let's get somebody out there that can help us in the running game. We could develop his passing block, pass block as well. That'll be a development that we'll have to definitely focus in on and whatnot. And look at that. Hidden Dev. That is awesome. That is so cool. TCU, 22 years of age, 6'5". That was one thing I was worried about, is his age. But yeah, great power archetype there for him. And strength is 93. So we definitely can work on those abilities there when it comes to the passing, pass blocking and impact blocking for his passing game. He's more of a running block type of player, but that'll definitely change. There you look at this. Pass is not bad at all. It's B. Pass block power, finesse. Look at that lead block, nice. That's awesome. But we'll definitely work on that pass block finesse as a D right now. But we'll definitely do better job and make sure we get him going for that. So now we go to the fourth round here, the 32nd pick here. And there's some pretty good running backs here. We got Torrey Strong, who looks pretty solid. You got elite acceleration, great speed. Then you got Kevin Whiteside, who's a wide receiver. I was trying my best to get away from the skills players there. I was like, we already got some good skills players here. We don't really need them. If they're around, maybe those day three guys, if they're around in that fifth round, because I think we had an extra fifth round, and I think we had an extra sixth round and seventh. So if they're around there, we'll take them. But like I said, I'm trying to really focus on the offensive line and occasionally work on some defensive players just to kind of just plug holes where we need them for the time being. So we were looking at those players as well. You got Davis here, guard. There you see his number. He's look like he has pretty good numbers. I felt pretty comfortable with going ahead and picking him up. So we went ahead and drafted him in this round. This is the 4th round pick, and we'll see his numbers here in just a bit. But there you see another guard here helping us out. Like I said, trying to strengthen that offensive line as much as we possibly can. There you see Davis, B plus, 193 true value. We got a 128. That's awesome. As we'll see here, there's you see a scouting report there, and I'm really liking when I see this. I'm like, oh, I like this. This is very, very nice. If you guys would actually heard the actual recording I have, it was I was giggling like a little schoolgirl. But unfortunately, he is normal dev. So again, like what I see here, he's not going to be a guy that's going to come up right off the we'll give him some time to develop. I would say, maybe in season 2 of his career, he would be a guy that we could, definitely lean on to a little bit more there. But he does have some stamina issues, some injury issues, and the lead block and the run block power there needs some work, as well as the run block and run block finesse. But I like it. And I think if we can work with him as one of those 6 players that we can try to develop over time, that'll be really awesome for that to happen. Now we're in the 6th round here. I think, if I remember correctly, we didn't have a 5th round pick either. So, and of course, there was a lot of skills players that went in the 5th round. There was a couple quarterbacks that went as well. But like I said, I was really surprised that the quarterbacks fell. I want to say they really failed into the 3rd round, going to the 4th round. There was a couple in the 5th round that went, and then I don't know if you see here, but I think there's a few here. No, there's not. There was not. There was actually the undrafted free agents there that were. They actually got picked up later on. But there you see. That's what I was going to say. Actually, the 5th round, as I mentioned, look at my notes now. 5th round, we did have a pick. I accidentally skipped that pick. I did not know who I got in that one because I kept going here and just kept hitting it. And when I realized, I'm like, no, damn it. So I don't know what pick I got. We'll see here in the video. I will tell you now that I already know who it is. It's actually a running back, and it was actually one of the running backs that I was looking at to pick up in that round, in that particular round there. And it was really nice. So like I said, you'll find out later on here in the video. I'll talk about that and why I picked him for. You got Kevin Whiteside here, elite acceleration, decent speed, jump, solid strength there, good change of direction, agility's good there. And there you see he did a better day, looks like, in his reps and all that kind of stuff there on college pro day. Deshaun Griffin, a left end. We're looking at him, another edge rusher here. We've seen his numbers there and what he can do. Truman Whitley was another running back that I seen. He was his projection was a UDFA, and we had him 80% scouted. It's like, okay. D'Angelo Winslow was a player, another one that we're starting looking at here in the later rounds here. And like I said, there were some pretty good. I see other teams, and I'll mention it later in the video here when you guys get the other part of the video later on towards the end of it. But there's some teams that found some pretty good diamonds in the rough when it came to players, and when it comes to skill players, wide receivers. We found a couple as well, which I'm very happy about there. So. But then we take a look at here, this outside linebacker, Chase Bird. And, Bird, I thought he was a pretty decent pick here in the latter of the 6th round. I believe we're still in. Or no, the latter part of it. This is our first pick in the 6th round because we have 2. We have our, this I believe is the Buffalo pick that they gave to us of a trade. But as you see here, Unfortunately, we kind of really did not do so well in this one here. It was a bad pick. D Bird is ranked to a 334, and True Talent, we got him there, and yeah, it hurt. This is by far I wouldn't say the worst pick I've ever had, but this is definitely a bad pick in all my times of drafting, especially here for the sake of a YouTube channel. Yeah, this is a bad pick here, and of course, again, there could be something there for him, for us, and for the organization there. So we'll definitely have to, of course, work with him and develop him as much as we possibly can. But he's not a guy that if we'll see how well he does. There's a good chance that he may not come back after his contract's over with, the 3 or 4 years we have him. But we'll develop him, see how it goes, and see if everything goes the right direction. We can only hope for the best and see what he can do. But obviously we can go and pick up a player in the once the draft's over with. Look at some undrafted guys as well, and of course there's still some decent players there in the free agency. But this our actual pick in the 6th round here, we went ahead and we picked up, I believe it was Kevin Whiteside. He is a wide receiver here, as he will be one of our new skills players for the Chicago Bears. He's B potential. He is ranked at 63 in True Talent. We got him at 192, and there you see valuable, very reliable hands. Shows great concern of catching traffic. Catches with regular made top 10 highlight reels. And look at that hidden dev. We found us a nice diamond in the rough here. It's gonna be awesome. I cannot wait. Playmaker there, 5'11". He is a little short, 195. But these guys like this, they have a lot of heart and probably got a lot of speed. Yeah, he has pretty good speed there. 94 acceleration, 88 speed there. So again, another player that we definitely can help ourselves to develop and get better. All right. So this will be the last time you'll probably hear my voice, and then in this version, the other part will be a live commentary where you'll be interacting. I'll be interacting with what's on the screen and everything. But yeah, we're looking at some last players here. I decided, let's go with this Xavier Thorpe. Let's see what we can do, because we had an issue last season where our guy got hurt, Swift got hurt, and I wasn't really sure what the Johnson and Homer can do, and now we know. But I decided, let's bring up Thorpe. Let's see what he can do, and let's draft him and see his abilities as well. So we're gonna go with Thorpe, and this is, I believe, this is our last pick. I think we got in the 7th round here. So look at that, B plus, good pick there. 163 of True Talent. We drafted him at 213. Looks like comfortable as a receiver. Nice. Works hard to protect the football, has a good balance. And there you see, look at that hidden dev as well. That's going to be awesome. So that was a good pick for us, and I'm really happy and satisfied of what we were able to do with getting him in there. 94 speed, 93 acceleration, change the direction 89. There you see a jump 80, strength 61, agility. There you see 87. So man, I cannot wait to see what his hidden dev is once he gets those 500 snaps. All right, so we're gonna go to the live commentary right about now. Oh, okay. Here we go. Sorry about the audio, since now we're switching over to live commentary now. I wanted to do live commentary about the part that you guys don't get to see too often, because I kind of, cut it out when I am editing the videos and I'm putting it together. I do the commentary afterwards, and that is the showing the teams here. I got a couple of teams I want to look at when it comes to this draft that we just got done talking, or got done doing. In the first part of the video, where I was actually, that's all that voiceover is post editing. Now we're in the part here where this part's gonna be unedited. I'm not gonna cut anything out. I'm gonna try to do my best to get through all this I know the video is pretty long, but just want to show you guys this draft class because this was actually a really good draft here for us. Actually, a really good draft for a lot of the teams here, especially in our division, which is the NFC North: Packers, Lions, and Vikings, and of course us Bears. But as you take a look here, we got a good, obviously you already seen the, our picks here, but I wanted to kind of explain a little bit more about some of these players here that we've gotten from what we drafted. Now, so of course, obviously this series is not going to continue any longer, but if this series was happen to continue here, we would be going into season 3, and we would get to know these players a little bit more. I kind of want to continue this series, but of course, maybe somewhere down the line I can bring this series back as a quick, little ever so often throw it up and let you guys see the team progress and hopefully get better. But we're looking at the Bears here. You see Page, the first pick that we got. He was the 32nd pick of the draft. Hidden Dev, great numbers here from him. I was really glad that we were able to get him. And there you see his attributes and pretty much his core numbers: 89 speed, zone coverage 80, acceleration 94. What else? Awareness 77, hit power 84. And then some of his secondary stuff. He's pretty good, not injury prone at all. See some of his traits there: entertaining, balanced play, ball play tendencies, balance penalty tendencies there. But when I looked at his X factor, or I should say his hidden dev, he became, and I just give it away there, he became a superstar X factor. That was his trait that he would get once we got those 500 downs down for him, and it would unlock his potential. So that's awesome. I like that. That was a good pick, especially for the free safety position. That was one of the things I was kind of want to do. It really wasn't my ideal first pick, but I knew that the pick or the player I was wanting to go after when it comes to the left guard position was more the 3rd round. So I decided, like, okay, maybe we'll go defensive line there. Of course, I could be contradicting myself what I'm saying in post, so bear with me. I'm kind of actually doing this backwards, recording this here. But yeah, I was really thinking about, like, okay, like, let's just see what the free safeties look like, and he was a good pick. I really did enjoy getting this one, and we did it. This was just a great pick here for us. So Superstar X Factor was his. Next up was Graham, who got picked in the 2nd round. They were the last pick in the 2nd round. He was a normal trait, which is fine. You can't hit a home run every single time you have to bat. So that's it. It was a bummer, but he has some good qualities to him. He's got good strength, block shedding needs a little work. But overall, I think he's a pretty good, decent project player that we could put in there as one of those 6 players that we could have in extra training and stuff like that. But we just got to get him on the field. He doesn't have, the obviously not going to be a straight up starter. As I'm clicking, if you hear in the background, there's me clicking on my laptop over here, looking at some of the traits here. But he's going to sit. He's going to be sitting third. Actually, he's going to be sitting second, because we got rid of Billings. So he'll actually he'll be partnered up with Dexter on the line there. So he'll actually get playing time. Pickens is right there at 70. He's at 73, and of course Dexter's at 86. Ending the season there. I'm looking at some of the ending numbers here for the season. So he'll actually get a start. He'll be on the line. So he'll get that experience there. And like I said, if we can put him in one of those 6 spots there for developing him, he's going to be a rock star. I cannot wait to see what he can do. But he's not gonna get, he's not gonna be, right off the bat You know, he's going to have to, there's going to be some struggle there. Of course, we always going to try to get Pickens involved as well. So we're going to kind of rotate those two in the formation. That's ideally that's what I would do for those two. If we obviously we're continuing the series, and I am going to go in here after all this. Once the video's done with, I am going to go in here and I am going to go in, you know, put them in different. Figure out what formation I want them in, what you know, packages I want, if it's the packages I want them in, and then I will also do a sim, or not, I'll do a CPU versus CPU sim of the preseason for season 3, and I'll actually post those 3 videos like I normally would up on the channel for you guys to watch and see, and kind of just like what if. But some more down the line, we'll have to come back to this series here because I'm liking these players that we just picked up here. This is really, really cool. I really enjoyed the picks that we were able to pick up for them and be able to develop these players. Hardwell, of course, being another one. Danny Hardwell, we got another Danny on the team. He is a hidden dev as well. I would eventually look on his notes, or actually I'm looking at his, where's it at? I should have put up second. Should have put him up on a closer. But yeah, he is going to be a hidden dev. He is going to be a star dev. Once we unlock those 500 downs, he gets playing. He is going to be a very good left guard. He is going to be awesome. I cannot wait to see what he can do. Take a look at his core here. 93 strength, 74 run block, pass block 74, run block power 77, awareness at 70. You know, there's some things we could obviously fix and develop here with him. Get his run block finesse working, get his pass block finesse working. So those are just little things that we can work with him. And if I remember on the depth chart here, we did move, what was that? I think Spencer Brown. Oh, no, okay, no, yeah, we did move Spencer Brown from, where did we move Brown from? Oh, okay, yeah, we moved him from, I think we moved him from tackle to guard, or guard to tackle, something like that. I can't remember. Let me look at the notes here. Position changes. I got notes here for that. Oh, we moved him from left guard to right guard because we need really significant help on that right side because what's his name is not. I don't feel comfortable putting Murray in that position here. He added overall of 1+1 to his season. So we started this season 2 with 64. Now he's at 65. Nate Davis, of course, we did not re-sign him. Nate Davis actually lost 2. He went down from 77 to 75. He left. He's now, of course, with a new team now. So Danny will probably, I'll probably end up plugging Danny here. He's a 74, and let Murray continue to try to develop. Murray's 28 years of age. You know, he's kind of he's a veteran. He can learn something from. Murray can learn something, or Murray can teach Hardwell something. Get Danny prepared and ready to go, take over that position that side. But I really kind of think putting Danny there. But like I said, at the same time too. Geez, the sun is bright. I'm trying to close my window on my blind here. A little bit of a glare. But yeah, I think Spencer Brown being over there now too. You know, like I said, we could do some shuffling around on the defensive line or the offensive line there. That I feel like that's you know, this area where I'm glad that I have a good problem. That, you know, it's a good problem to have when you have too many good, decent defensive or offensive linemen that we need to shuffle around and just see what goes, and see who the best guy is to protect our quarterback there. So I'm kind of glad we have that problem. Davis was our, what was he? He was our, let me go back. Davis was the fourth round pick, 72 overall. He's a normal dev. I just see there, 6'5", 303 pounds, rookie from Washington State. So not much really expected from him, with the exception of just coming out here, play his butt off, and try to develop as hopefully a better. I think we can get him by the end of the season. If we can get him on the field, a couple of games here and there, I think he can move up to a full point, maybe 2 points overall wise. But yeah, he'll just have to develop. We'll see how well he develops. Obviously he's going to develop not as fast, but yeah, he's going to definitely be a guy that we'll definitely keep a close eye on and develop, and have him on the team. Like I said, it's good to have. We have this issue of the linemen now. It's good to have these decent linemen here that can help us out. Because beforehand, when I started the series, I'm like, man, we don't have a really good line. I don't know how we're gonna move this football. But we're doing it, and it looks pretty good here. Next up is our 5th round pick. It is now, okay, yeah. So if you guys remember the video here, for whatever reason, I accidentally hit the skip button, and I was like, oh no, I was thinking of itself, and you'll hear me in the video. I'm like, ah, crap, I accidentally simmed the 5th round. So I didn't know who the 5th round pick was, and then when I found out who it was, I'm like, yay, thank you so much. We got lucky, because this was the 5th round pick I was going to pick, and that is Torrey Strong. He is a rookie from Purdue, 5'8", 192 pounds, 21 years of age. He's a 76 overall. He's a receiving back. Well, actually, he's more of a. He fits more right now. He's a receiving back, but he fits more of a. He'll fit our role as an elusive back. And there you see, 93 speed, 95 acceleration. Agility's at 93, plus he has a plus there with a temporary bonus there right now. 77 break tackle. He is going to be fun to have in that backfield. Remember, Swift, he's getting up there. We got to start thinking about the future here. I think we might found one of our future players here that could help us take over. Obviously, we still have Homer, we still have Johnson. So now we have this guy right here, and he is going to be a decent second string guy, maybe be a first string if he can really show us what he can do there in the backfield, and really I think, because really truly, I think with Johnson right now, I think we could trade Johnson. He proven himself as he can be a first, that first string back for any other club in the National Football League. What he done this season, which he lifted that mantle and ran with it, and it really took over. And of course, Swift's now back. Of course, Swift will get most of the reps, but Johnson will get some reps, and then of course now we have to figure out what we're going to do with Strong as well as Homer. And I think at some point here, I think Johnson might be the guy that we could trade and see if we can get a decent draft pick off from after what he did this past year. And I think that's going to be huge for us for that next draft coming up. So I guess the blessing, I guess the injury from Swift was a kind of a blessing in disguise for us. Don't want to happen. I do not want that to happen again. But if it does happen again, well, we got several options that we can. And I'm really, I think about if we were to continue this series, I was really going to start setting up a formation, looking for some double halfback sets back there for us to have, because we cannot be having these guys just sitting on the sideline, and we need both backs at the same time. I'm going to even try to maybe even look at possibly for fullback position. These guys can play fullback. somewhere in there. So yeah, we're gonna figure out something for this guy, because he's too good to be just, you know, rotting on the sideline there for us. Next up is our 6th round pick via the Bills, and that was, of course, this was by far, I think, the most troubling pick that we got, and that is Chase Bird. Nothing against Chase Bird from Youngstown State. 6'2", 246 pounds. He is 23 years old. That should have been a red flag for me. Yeah, you can't, you know, the draft is not scientific whatsoever. You're gonna have more, you know, misses than your hits. So far this draft, up to this point here, we've had a pretty good. We've got 2 hidden devs, and now this is what our 4th normal dev. But he just needs some development. I think working with him, with the linebackers there that we have, because right now I think linebacker-wise, especially the left side, we're kind of, we're not really thin in. We got Baker, who's our top guy right now, 83 overall. Foster is at 77, and then Phillips is 71. So he'll be on the practice squad there. And of course, we'll just try to see if we can develop him and get him just developed and see how things work out. But he is a 6th round guy, early 6th round. I was thinking about trading him, but I just didn't see that there was not too many players there at that time that I'm like, oh yeah, well, let's go after him, and then or let's go after this player, or let's go after this player. And until I looked at the actual draft, and you will see here in just a bit, as I move on to the 6th round here throughout the National Football League. So we had the sixth round pick. We had the 21st pick. So I decided, like, okay, what teams ahead of us got, a decent player? I believe Pitts is a normal dev. Yep, he's a normal dev at 70. We went on to the next one, which was, I believe, Fort. I believe, no, not Fort. I was looking for defensive player. The best next outside linebacker was, I believe, Toon, and he is I was kind of looking at 72 overall. It's like, okay, so it wasn't that bad, but then I found Rashid Ingram from the University of Virginia. He's 22 years of age. His archetype is a pass coverage. And when I looked to see what his thing was, it was a 71 overall. Hidden dev. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, how did I miss him? And I can't remember if he was on my list. I had several linebackers, but of course a lot of those went in. They were third. There was a lot of 3rd or 4th round guys, a couple of day 3s. And then the rest, like this guy here, were undraftable, or at least labeled as undraftable. And of course, this is where it comes in. It's like, we should have did a little more research on some of the undraftable guys there, but that was not the case here, and we definitely missed out on a good player here. As a matter of fact, I'll show you guys right here what his trait is. And we'll see his dev trait. Once he unlocks it, it'll be a star dev. I hate myself right now for not looking more closely at that pick or that particular individual. Then we looked behind us, and I was like, okay, what did we miss out behind us? Well, just 3 picks later, it'd be the 24th pick. This is one of them. I looked at my list of players here. he was on our list to really focus it on, and that's John Gooden, USF, and yeah, he is 6'2", 235 pounds, 23 years of age. Look at his numbers there. Jeez, I'm just like to myself, I'm like, wow, I did not do a good job of really scouting out the 6th round. Because actually I was looking at 6th round. I don't know why, but I was looking at more like offensive players, because I see a lot of decent guys that has some pretty decent numbers and at least decent grades for the 6th round there. And of course I did have a couple of like him, like middle linebackers, outside linebackers looking to possibly play. I can just kind of shift them around on either side, either left or right, as a linebacker. Yeah, good and 75th ranked overall, or 75th ranked middle linebacker in the league. We just definitely just did not do a good job there. So Bengals, congratulations, you got a good player there. And of course, we'll take a look here at his hidden dev. So if he would have broke out that hidden dev, it would have been a star dev. So yeah, that's pretty much what happens. That's what I said. A lot of times, that's what I have to edit this part out when I am editing, because the video will be really longer than it's kind of already gonna be longer as it is. But if I was doing a edited, like this is completely edited like I normally do, we would be here all night. It was brutal. It was brutal when I found that out. Let's go back to our Bears here, and let's go to our second 6th round pick here. And we lucked out here. I kept looking at him. I actually looked at him when we were the first 6th round pick early on in that 6th round. And Kevin White's side, the second time around, when we had our normal 6th round pick, it kept this player just kept screaming at me, like, pick me, like, put me on the team. And I'm kind of glad I did. 5'11", 196 pounds. He is from University of Alabama. He's a playmaker. As you see here, 94 acceleration, 88 speed. So he has some things to work on there, as a player, and obviously develop here. And he'll definitely probably, I doubt he'll be on the practice squad there. We're definitely going to try to do our best to keep him on the main roster for us. But yeah, I'm glad that this kid screamed out saying, pick me, put me on the team, because this was a really, really good pick. It was a solid pick there. Very happy that we were able to, make this pick and get down and grab him like we did there, on that particular pick there. Let's go to the 7th round here. In the 7th round, we got another good pick here. Excellent pick here, I say. Young man from Purdue, Xavier Thorpe, 22 years of age, elusive back. We'll take a look here and see that, yes, it is a hidden dev, you guys. A hidden dev, and of all things, he's also a star. He will be a star dev once that hidden dev is unlocked. So there you see a young man from Purdue, 94 speed and 93 acceleration, 75 break tackle. He has good decent ball vision there, carry as well. Change of directions, excellent there. So, now we have 5 freaking halfbacks, 2 of which one of which is star dev. We got Swift is superstar dev, and then Johnson and Homer are normal dev. So we have weapons in that backfield there. Like I said, I got to figure out a way here. Someone's going to get, we're going to have to end up selling some people. We're going to have to do something, because this is just too much of a good thing that we have right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we if we find a way to, you know, sell or trade. I don't know why I'm saying this. I've been playing too much soccer. That's the reason why. Too much. We got to figure out how we're gonna trade these players here. So I am gonna be looking at trading offers there, see what the best trade is. But I'm definitely gonna be keeping these two that we just picked up. Unfortunately, Johnson. I think like I said, he's too good to be stuck behind a guy like Swift. But you know, at the same time, we could. I mean, I don't want to get rid of Swift because it was not his fault that he got injured or anything. It was a freak injury. And I feel like we can do a lot more with him in the backfield there. This, you know, if we were doing season 3. But yeah, these other two guys, we gotta get them on the field here quick. They're too good. Last but not least, our last, and of course, Mr. Irrelevant. Of course, they did not want to show me what, and that's why, you know, we was kept in the dark there. It only showed the grades, but. D'Angelo Winslow, 6'1", 208 pounds, 23 years of age. He is from Penn State. He's a playmaker, considered wide receiver. And let's take a look there. Hidden dev. And that hidden dev would eventually be a superstar dev. Yes, we have a superstar dev. We have now a star dev. We have... who else? We got X Factor from, you know, Rome. What else? Oh man, I know we have DJ Moore. He's a star dev. So we got some great receivers. Really good speed out there. I am so for the wide receiver. Oh man, if the offensive line can get themselves together, we have a very. I mean, we got weapons, you guys. We have weapons here out live. That's what I'm talking about. You know, we got good offensive lineman players here. We plugged a couple holes in, and you know, should be good to go for the next, you know, year or another 2 or 3 seasons from now. It's gonna be good. We got a good team. We got a good offensive team. Defense, obviously, it's been, you know, defensively, the nuclear core of the team is still there. We lost a couple players here and there because of, you know, we just didn't want to re-sign them. But we held a lot of we were able to sign a lot of the regular name talent that's on that defensive squad of our Bears on the team. So now we just got to see how we can obviously try to, you know, hold on to whoever's got. There's a couple of them that are up for free agency. They're on contract right now for this last season. Going to season, you know, if we were going to, you know, playing season 3, we have to figure out how we're going to re-sign those guys in the course of the season, and you know, help them stay on the team as much as we can. If not, trade them off. And then get some, you know, obviously, especially if it's a position that we already have somebody in the wing already ready to go, and all we have to do is like, okay, give the green light, go, and then send the other guy off to somewhere else. We should be in really, really good shape going this season. And I say this because you'll see here in a bit, you'll see why I'm talking about that, and that's because of these our divisional rivals, what they did in the draft as well. So, but Winslow, I'm really excited about seeing him and what he can do there on the field. Oh, my air conditioner came on finally. So let's go ahead and go to the Lions. Now, Lions were pretty quiet this season. They did not make any big moves when it came to free agency after the debacle they had last year. But they did make some really good picks going into the draft here, and we're going to get into them right now. First up is Favors, the number 1 overall pick, 83 overall. If I'm not mistaken, he might have been the top overall player in this one. Let me check and see. Easily just check and see here. Yeah, he is the number 1 player of the NFL this season. So number 1 pick overall, they got it. And let's see here. They got a hidden dev, and this hidden dev is at 83 overall. 6'3", 258 pounds from Florida. Speed rusher. Nice little edge rusher player there. And guess what his dev is? Superstar X Factor. Yeah, Superstar X Factor. This is the guy that I'll now have to, if we're doing season 3, this is the guy that now I have to avoid running away from, because now they still have Aiden Hutchinson from Michigan, and then a couple other players as well. That is just like that. Defensive line should be a monster. They should be putting on some really good games, and I cannot wait. This is going to be a good. I'm hoping it's going to be a good fight. Yeah, I really am. As I said, I want to continue this series, but you know, with the new game out already, and you know, trying to get, you know, I kind of want to get, you know, something new. I know you guys don't care to watch a game from 1 year ago or whatever, but maybe some more down the line we could play this one again as a live stream or something. Let me know down below in the comment section if you guys want to, how we're gonna, you know, in the future, how you guys want to do this series. Vigilance next. He was their number 2 pick. He's also a hidden dev, and you wouldn't believe what his hidden dev is at some point here. Superstar X Factor. Yes, he is a wide receiver. 90 acceleration, 90 speed, 80 catch, 84 catching traffic. Deep 79, mid 78, and his short is 83. Spectacular catch at 90, jump is at 96. Man, just look at those numbers there. Ranked in the 63rd in the league right now, as he's part among the top 18% of wide receivers. And yeah, he is a good. He is. I want to say he's not. Well, I don't think he's tall as him. Close. About 2. Wait, Megatron's at least what, 6'7". So he's close. He might be the reincarnation of Megatron for them. So yeah, they got a good pick there in that 2nd round, and yeah, trust me, it only gets more worse for us as we get to their 3rd round pick. And of course, it's going to be a quarterback here, which really scratched my head because they got a quarterback, Robbie Amell, from Stanford, very intelligent player, 6'6", 232 pounds, 22 years of age. I don't know what the deal is with them, but I'm hoping they're not getting rid of Jared Goff. But it looks like they got their future quarterback here. I don't know what his motivations are. Yeah, it's QB of the future. So I don't know. You know, mentor at position by Jared. I guess Jared's going to be helping them. I don't know if they're moving on. Well, you know, move on from Jared Goff and what they're going to do with him. They're going to trade him, depending on how the season goes. But I mean, compared to last season, I mean, he was bad, but. I mean, the whole team was really bad. I mean, to be honest. But maybe they decided they had enough with Jarrett, and now they're going to get ready to move on with the Amell, you know, or Amell administration in this game, and see what he can do. And now with the weapons they had, of course, I mean, like I said, you know, they lost. And I think they were able to sign. They signed I think they signed maybe a couple of players in free agency. But they, you know, Khalil Mack retired, so he's no longer with them anymore. Unfortunately, he could have had a ring with us if he would have signed with us, you know, back in the start of season 2 here. But he decided to, you know, go a different direction. But yeah, I think the days of Jared Goff, it might be coming to an end very soon there in Detroit. McKinley, their other hidden dev player, McKinley he will end up at some point here be a superstar dev player, rookie from USC, 6'5", 327 pounds. There you see his numbers as well. Looks like he's going to be a very tough individual. when it comes to that battle between the defense and offensive line. Looks like he's got some pretty good numbers there to kind of protect their future for their current quarterback and maybe at some point here their future quarterback with a mill. We'll look at the rest of the Ryan here, another 5th round guy. And he's also a hidden dev as well. And his hidden dev would eventually be a star dev. So they got a halfback here. They're trying to bust out here. I don't know. I mean, I would imagine they still probably have Gibbs in that backfield there, but this is probably that 1-2 punch they want to have. He's got the player tag, a day 1 starter, but yeah, we'll have to see. I believe they still have something there for Gibbs, but we'll see if that changes here. They look like they're changing the guard a lot here, and of course they lost their head coach. Campbell's not there. The whole coaching staff is not there anymore. So yeah, this new coach, these new coordinators here, they're definitely trying to do their due diligence and try to make a quick change here. Jarek Alston, 73 overall right now. Oh, actually, he's 72, but he has a 73 bonus there for a +1 temporary bonus. He's a hidden dev as well, and he will eventually be a star dev for the Lions there. 6'4", 227 pounds from California. There you see his numbers, core numbers: strength 91, run block 75, pass block 70. He's got some finesse he needs to work on, especially in the run block finesse area, as well as the pass block finesse. But it looks like he's a really good player there. 44th ranked in the league, top 30% of the right tackles in that position. And then finally, for the Lions here, their draft pick for their 7th round pick, or their 7th round, 17th pick, they got Sidney Galloway. He is a free safety, normal dev, 5'11", 197 from Baylor. And you guys can take a look at his numbers here and see what he has there. But yeah, pretty good, decent numbers there for him. Might have a chance to make the start. He gets a good chance to develop there with the Lions. But yeah, Lions, those first 6 picks, they did really good jobs. Especially the first 2, right off the bat. Superstar X factors there. Jeez. All right, next up is going to be the Packers. So we're going to take a look at the Packers here. You got Lorenzo Perkins from Clemson, 21 years of age. He has 74 overall. He was in their first round 17th pick, and Perkins would eventually be a superstar dev. As you see there, he has a hidden dev right now, but he will be at some point after those 500 snaps. He would be a superstar dev. So 6'5", 214 pounds, nice frame. As he is looking, got some really excellent strength there, blocking there as well. Finesse blocking a little above average there, slightly more slightly above average there in his pass blocking, but there's run blocking finesse. But looks like that was a good pick for them for the first round. We'll go on now to the next one. The 2nd round pick here for the Packers is Jarius Baldwin from Notre Dame. He was a normal dev there for them. And there you see his numbers as well. As not maybe the best pick after we got a superstar there, but again, not scientific at all. There's you just go based off the numbers, what you think, and of course obviously what you see from film. But yeah, this is I would take this pick if I had If I was one looking for a wide receiver, not decent wide receiver. He's a project player. He'll take a little time to develop. Especially if you can get these players on the field as quickly as you can, then they'll be all right. They can get those, like especially if they have a good game or two, get those nice little chances to get an upgrade. Patterson is up next. He's the center for the Packers, new rookie center. His hidden dev, there you see there, he is a hidden dev. He is going to be, at some point, be a superstar dev. So yeah, he is a superstar dev. Looks like, take a look at his numbers here. I'll try to open my blinds up now because the sun's finally going down. But yeah, so strength 84, pass blocking 82. Then you see the pass block power as well as the lead blocking there. So not too bad there. Day one starter. I keep forgetting about looking at the tags here. But yeah, definitely a good pick there for them. We'll go on to the next one, and they're looking at a quarterback here, and they're looking at Craig St. Louis. He is from Arizona, 22 years of age, and he is a hidden dev. Nice. Now, the only way I scratch my head here is why are they going after this young man here? Because they have Jordan Love, and Jordan Love, he had a decent season. Both games we did a great job there. Really, we didn't get to him too often, but we got a couple of interceptions off him. Had some pretty good plays that we were able to get him to pass the ball quickly and whatnot. But I think for the most part for the season, he had some pretty decent numbers there. But it looked like they are ready to kind of get have the next one in the back and see what he can do. And I almost think that they're doing this because of what we're doing right now, with how we're doing so well with Williams and all that kind of stuff. But there you see future QB of the future, and possibly the day one starter, which I find very, very confusing for them. Let's look at I want to see what the Packers roles are for Jordan, because that makes me wonder now, like, okay, what is going on? First, actually, let's look at Jared Goff, see what his role now is considered, what his player tag is. So he's seen as a mentor. He's a mentor right now. So he is still the starter. He has a 6 overall difference between him and Robbie. Of course, that was our quarterback last year, and I don't think he has a role. Yeah, he was a normal dev. That was our quarterback. I can't remember which. Let's see which round. I can't remember which round they got him in. Excuse me. So he was drafted in the 5th round, 14th pick in the previous draft. So, but yeah, they look like they want to kind of move on with Jared Goff. Now, as for Jordan Love, he's the franchise quarterback, so he's got a big lead over St. Louis. Jordan's 28 years of age, maybe because he has a big contract and possibly the numbers he's been putting up as of late. Maybe that's the thing they were kind of looking at, like, okay, maybe somewhere that maybe we should get that quarterback ready, get him warmed up, get him ready to go. And then of course I don't know if these tags still. I don't know really if they even work because I've really never tested it, but it says franchise quarterback will not be replaced by their team until later in their career. So maybe he's at the twilight of his career right now, maybe, and they're thinking maybe, okay, we might need to start getting another player. He's got 3 more years left, so his motivation is not really good. His overall interest is not good there in Pittsburgh or in Green Bay. So maybe that's the reason why they went ahead and did that. So And he still's got what? He's getting paid $36.2 million this season, and he's going to get paid 45 or 42.5. And then 2028, he's going to get a whopping 74.2. Jeez. So, yeah. And of course they're gonna have to try to figure out who's gonna want to take that big contract there. They have that has especially they have to find a team that needs a quarterback of like his caliber, and if they have the money to, of course, pick up that contract, I would imagine that part of that final year there. So that's a big contract to be taken there. But yeah, wow, that is something. All right, let's get back to the draft recap, and we'll get to we're at the Packers, wasn't we? Yeah, we're at the Packers. But yeah, you got Baldwin, St. Louis. Next up is Nick Dupree, and Nick Dupree is a hidden dev. He is 6'3", 226 pounds from Georgia. Right now, he is considered he's looking like more of a pass coverage guy. But they have Packers, I guess, his play fit for them would be a field general. But there you see his numbers there. If he does ever get those 500 yards here, he will get his opportunity to be a star dev. So they already got a good star player in the midst right there. They just need to develop him to get to that point there, get those snaps, and then he'll be able to really help out that defense there, which looks like he's got some pretty good numbers there. He'll definitely get some snaps there, I imagine, with the Packers here if they drafted him, especially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the 5th round there. So he definitely probably will be starting here very soon. Pritchard is next for the Packers. He is their 6th round pick. One of the first 6th round picks they had. They actually had 2. Superstar dev would be his dev trade if he has that unlocked. But 6'6" to 334 pounds from Baylor. There you see his numbers. Man, looks like he looks like he's a pretty solid player there. Just needs to work on that finesse blocking and that pass blocking there. But yeah, he looks like he is going to be could be a huge big threat towards us Bears when we're trying to stop that, try to rip through that offensive line there. So the Packers, and then we got McKenzie is next, and he is their 2nd 6th round pick. As he is a 6 foot, 118 pounds from West Virginia. His hidden dev, if he unlocks it, will be a star dev. So he is going to be looks like he could be a star player. But yeah, 92 speed, 94 acceleration. Yeah, he's got some pretty good numbers in his favor there. To be a good player, looks like a pretty decent wide receiver there for the Packers. And then our final pick in the 7th round was the Morrell, as he is the tight end, and he is a 66 overall. He's a normal dev, so 6'4", 244 pounds from Louisville. And then that's like I said, good. Really good numbers there. He looks pretty, for 66 overall, decent. He'll probably, get some, obviously playing time is always going to be key again. So, he just got to get the opportunity to get the playing time in and work and get the, all that good stuff, before he can, get himself on the field. So if he can get himself developed there and can get him find his way to get on the field there quickly, he'll definitely be a good player there, good tight end there for them, for the Packers there. So another player that we, of course, will definitely have to keep a close eye And then finally, we'll go to our last team in our division, and that is the Vikings. Looks like Vikings are going through the same thing as the other two teams are going through, which is the change of the quarterback. I wonder why. Vikings picked up Jimmy Smith. He is a player from Washington, and he's a hidden dev. He will be eventually a star dev. As you see there, 6'2", 226 pounds. Looks like he is, of course, trying to get himself, noticed, and he's got some abilities there. He fits their scheme fit as a field general. Throwing 93, deep is 78, 88 mid, and 86 short. So he won't be throwing long bombs just yet. But he has ideal sense of some of his tendencies there, ideal sense of pressure, decision making, tight spiral. So there you see, yeah, they've got some things here. Let's see what his player tag is. Future QB and a day one starter. So now my question is, what are they doing with the JJ? Are they going to be having JJ? Because I mean, this is technically JJ. If you guys have been following the series here, this is JJ's. Technically, this is his second year under center. He was drafted 2 seasons ago, but we started the season with realistic injuries turned on, and so he was out for that whole season. He did not get his season in at all. Last year he had a season. He started. We played against him. We did pretty well against Jay Jacksonville. We'll look at his numbers here in just a bit since I get to them. Wow, Jimmy. Woo! Look at that. Jimmy Smith is going to be the starter for the Vikings. They've already said we've given up. Desmond Ridder came in there, took over, was a bridge quarterback. And they still have JJ as a future QB, so maybe they're giving him time to try to develop. They got Cooper Rush and they got Jake Lawton there. Both are target trade veterans that could be traded at some point, but they still have JJ there. Let's look at JJ's numbers here. He's a star dev. It looks like he's more of a scrambling quarterback right now than that archetype that they want, I guess, we're trying to give it be more of a field general. But future quarterback is his motivation and his tags right now. Like mentor position, no player have tag. So he has nobody to mentor. But let's look at his numbers. 1,417 last season. 1,457. I know numbers. 17 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. He was sacked 14 times. Completed 66% of his passes there this season. QB rating of 88.2. So yeah, I mean, for his first year, he had to take those hits. He hadn't got hits since the injury from the previous season and preseason, which caused him to miss the whole season in year one of this series. So I don't know. I would imagine that he would probably get traded at some point here. Because Smith is he's at 79 overall. I think he was the second best quarterback or something like that. I remember. Let me look and see here. I can't remember exactly what position he was when it came to quarterbacks. Like when it came to overalls. Let's look here. I wish they would have a way we can just check overalls like that, like by position wise. So let's see here. Quarterback wise, he's the first. He's number 1. I knew he was in the top 3, but yeah, he's number 1 when it comes to overall in the draft. By just drafting, the overall numbers there. So yeah, 79 overall, first quarterback on this list here on that. So yeah, he is. Must be something about that kid there in Washington. He really must have had a really good season there at with the Huskies there. So, what else do we have here? Packers, or Vikings. Griffin is the next pick here, pick number 2. Hidden dev for him. He is a 75 overall. He is considered a deep threat right now, but if he gets on his 500 reps, they will be looking at him as a star dev. So he would be day one guy, starter. So he'll be right there with be able to get on the field there with Jefferson. And I can't remember the other guy that got on my nerves when we were playing against him. Let's look at the roster here. Go back to the roster again. Let's see here. These screens would load up faster. So let's look at the roster here. Addison, that's what it is. So Addison's second. Griffin would be third. So he would be seeing playing time this coming season. He has 91 speed. Looks like 92 acceleration. So he's almost on the same level speed-wise there with Addison and Jefferson. So man, that's gonna be a dangerous trio there. I thought I had a pain in the butt with Addison, who really got on my nerves last season, both home and away games. But now we have to deal with their rookie, who is just gonna be another pain in the butt. So, but yeah, day one starter there. They're looking at him. So with a new quarterback, new quarterback possibly starting, and then a new wide receiver, a third wide receiver coming in there. That's gonna be a dangerous Viking squad there. Like I said, I'm really hoping that these teams. I mean, I'm hoping we'll have some knockout, drag out fights out here because I'm ready. I'm season man. I wish I was playing season 3 because this would be fun. Not saying the series hasn't been fun, but this would just be like the games would be like really. Excuse me. Really intense playing. Wilkinson's up next. He'll be their next pick here in the 3rd round. He would have been, if at some point here, he would be a star dev for them, free safety. So he'll be out there lurking around in the secondary there for them. 92 speed, 91 acceleration, man coverage, zone coverage. I don't see. 76 there for the zone, 75 for man. Pursuit 74, so he has an idea where go after pursuit. 73, a little work on the play recognition there, but other than that, pretty good numbers there for him. But we'll look at his tag here, day one. So he could possibly be a day one guy out there for opening day for the Vikings. Next up is their 5th round. Is Lipton, the right guard, right end, and their edge rusher, and he is a normal dev, 6'6", 292 pounds from Washington State, and there you see his numbers as well. So, normal dev guy, still, regardless, it's going to be dangerous. Edge rushers in this game usually are pretty good, and they definitely will be trying to do their best to put the hurt on our halfbacks as well as our quarterbacks there. So, Lipton, big beefy boy. He will definitely be, especially with that speed there, he's definitely going to be, he's going to be definitely a problem there for us if we don't keep him in check in the game. And then Poindexter is next, their final pick there. They did not have a 6th round pick, but they did have a 7th round pick. And Gerald Poindexter, he is a 6'2", 209 pound, young, strong safety from Ball State. He has a hidden dev, and his hidden dev is star dev. He gets a star dev there. So nice job there on that one. But the one I left out here, you'll see here in just a bit. This one kind of ate at me because I had another chance to get this kid and I just overlooked him. We'll see him just right here just a bit. He is their 4th round guy. His name is Kelvin Mayo from University of Central Florida, field general, and he's a 76 overall. And get this, 4th round, yeah, superstar dev. Superstar dev. Again, he was one of those ones that are on my list. He was at, honestly, I don't think I would have got him because we should have traded up, but I wasn't thinking about it that much, and until his name popped up, and went, oh crap! I think that was one of the ones I should have traded up to go after, and yeah, didn't at all. Did not do jack squat. Day 1 guy. So yeah, superstar X Factor here, and he was their 4th round, 10th pick there for them. So yeah, they basically everybody in our division did very well. Of course, other teams did very well as here in the draft. And I'm not gonna get into. I would love to. I would love to get into every single one of these guys, but so far I think now we're running almost a good hour into this video here. So we're gonna try to make this quick here. So I try to look at I always try to look at the top 5 or the top teams that got the top picks. So we're gonna look at the Lions. Cardinals will be next. They've got the number 2 pick. And here's some of their players here. You got Simpson, who is their number 2 pick, 82 overall. He had hidden dev there, so they got a nice hidden dev work going there for them. Their 2nd round pick was a 75 overall, Turner, outside linebacker, another hidden dev there for them. Nice. So they did a good job there, recruiting, or at least doing some scouting there. And then BJ Gatewood is their number 3 pick, the 3rd round pick, and there you see hidden dev as well, 73 overall for him. Then we'll take a look at their 4th round pick, and Josh Portillo, hidden dev, 75 overall. So this is like, okay, like you guys should be doing pretty decent here, at least this next, going into the end of this season, this upcoming season here. McCutcheon, Deshaun McCutcheon, a tight end, 72 overall from Purdue. There's a lot of good Purdue. Purdue must have had a good year. Them, Washington, and of course obviously Alabama, and there was another school as well that kept popping up. UCF, University of Central Florida, did looks like they had a pretty good season. Martin had a 75 overall hidden dev there for the Cardinals. And then Baker, Gerard Baker, this is a one that I should have picked up here. But they got him, 70 overall, hidden dev. He was on my list. He was one of the ones that I was marked. I marked on my list, like, you have to, if he's available, go after him. And we did not do that there. So we missed out on a lot of linebackers here. But I guess it's a good thing because we got good linebackers. We just re-signed a couple of ours here. But it's always nice to have that fresh blood come in and help out with getting players there to help you out. Colts. They had the number 3 pick. There you see their guys here. 78 overall, Evan Coleman, their corner. He's hidden dev. We'll see here another player of theirs, Josh Jackson, 75 overall, 21 years of age. He's a hybrid, free safety. And he did as well. Or no, he's a normal dev there for his effort. And then, excuse me, Garnett, 75 overall, strong safety. He would be a normal dev. So you see his. We'll go on and move to the next, and it would shoot. Okay, never mind. My bad. Went back too far. Love doing this stuff live. And then you got Samuel, 72 overall quarterback, and he's in hidden dev. So again, we'll see here. He's franchise quarterback and a future starter. Wow. Okay, so it makes him wonder now. Here, let's take a look here. What is his? Oh, dang it! Wrong one. Stop. What is his dev trait here? Oh man, I guarantee. Jeez, if his dev trait is, I'm gonna say it's a superstar. It's gonna be a superstar X Factor. What are these teams doing here? There must be a lot of damn good quarterbacks this year. Superstar. So he's a superstar dev. So I wonder if their QB, what's his name? Anthony. I wonder if he is being told to get his pink slip here soon. Anthony Richardson. He's franchise QB. You got Samuel sandwiched between him and Jimmy. Jimmy's at 60. Samuel's at 74. So, and it looks like Richardson looks like he's regressing here some. Let's see where he's regressing at. Accuracy in mid and short, and break tackle. So yeah, he's excelling in. He's got +2 in deep accuracy there. So I guess his morale's down by 1. So let's see what his tag is. Franchise quarterback. He has Jimmy Garoppolo, who is mentoring him. So, but yeah. Well, that's interesting seeing that there. Let's see what their other draft picks are here real quick. As we're trying to move along here in this video. You got Clint Dillon, 72 overall, 5th round pick. 72 overall, yeah, the normal dev I figured. From Stanford, 6'6", 324 pounds. His numbers there. You got CJ Freeman, normal dev as well. And there you see his number, 73 overall. He's got +3 on block shedding. And then their final pick, 7th round pick, is Kellen Cosby. He's a normal dev, 77 from Penn State, 6'2", 192 pounds. Speed 93, nice. Acceleration is 93 there, so he can fly. Man coverage not so great, so he's a little lost. He's can't really keep up with them coverage wise, but zones there. All right, so not bad. Needs some work. Needs a little TLC. And then we'll go down to the Bucks. Where are the Buccaneers? There we go. They got a 1st round pick, 79 overall. This is Woodson. He is a wide receiver here, and if I remember correctly, when I looked at this earlier, he's got his hidden trait is an X Factor. Superstar X Factor there, so he is going to be I think he is the top wide receiver in this draft class there. So congratulations to them on that. Schultz, Bobby Schultz, hidden dev. We'll see here. Franchise quarterback, day one starter, 76 overall. Ooh, wow. Let's see what his dev trade is. Schultz from Oklahoma State. What is his superstar? Okay. So we'll see whether he's. I think he's. I didn't see. I'm trying to think. I forgot who the quarterback is here. I know. I think it's still. Okay, quick going to the windows here. I think their quarterback is still. What's his name? Mayfield, yeah. So he could easily take that position there. Have Mayfield as a backup. If Mayfield doesn't have a really good season, I would say probably the first 4 or 5 weeks, and things are not going very well, then I could see him easily taking that position. Mayfield looks like he has fallen in some areas in his game there. He's regressing. Looks like his mid accuracy, short accuracy, and awareness are going down. So if he does not, putting the ball, throwing some dots there for the Buccos, he could be walking the plank, losing his job as their quarterback. We'll go on here. We'll see a couple more of their draft picks as well. So back to the Buccaneers here. JC Yangi, hidden dev there for him. His rating there, that's free safety. So you got some nice pluses there. Let's check out what his overall is, or his not his overall, but his star. So a star dev, he could potentially his potential star dev. So not bad at all. Not bad at all. And then Russell, their D tackle, normal dev from University of Texas, 6'4", 310. And there you see his numbers in there as well. What else do we got? What else do we have? And then Newton, their tight end in the 6th round. Hidden dev for Newton, Adonis Newton. 6'6", 250, University of Tennessee. Let's see here. Future starter. So they see him possibly be a starter here by maybe the end of this season. And yeah, a superstar dev. So yeah, Bucks got some pretty good players there. Could have a new renaissance down there in Tampa. So and then let's go ahead and go to the Chiefs here. I kind of want to wrap this up here because I know this video's getting this video's like I don't want to be more than an hour and a half because I'm still adding on from the first part here. So this video's gonna be super duper long. And I do, again, if you guys are watching the video, especially this live com part of it, thank you very much. Subscribe, hit that bell notification, and of course hit that like button. That helps out the channel a lot. Max Winters, a player that we had on our list, and of course Kansas City Chiefs took him in the 1st round. There you see his 78 overall. Hidden dev there for him from Oklahoma, 6'4", 315. We'll take a look here at his dev trade there at Superstar. So yeah, he was on my list. I wish and that was another one that I should have jumped on it, but the Chiefs did a good job there of snagging him pretty quickly there. They got a quarterback there later on. He's a normal dev, but I think they see him as a future quarterback, future starter and a quarterback of the future there. 71 overall. He's normal dev. I don't know what they see in him. Patrick still has, he still has Mahomes magic there. We'll take a look at their roster. Kind of scratched my head when I seen that. I'm like, okay, now, like, some of these quarterback changes are like, okay, I can see why they're doing that. They're kind of preparing themselves for the future here. But Kansas City, I mean, they should have a couple more good years with Patrick here. I know his contract's not up yet. Let's see here. Franchise QB award winner. What else was there? He has like a 68% winning percentage for his career. So it's like, what is going on? Let's take a look at the depth chart here. He's 99, so yeah, this quarterback's going to have he's second. He's right there from home, so I guess they believe that he could possibly be a player that could, has something there, good, I guess a decent starter or backup there that can come in and play the game if he happens to get hurt, which Chiefs usually have a pretty good offensive line. They do a pretty good job protecting their quarterback. But they got Emory Jones from Cincinnati. He's a normal dev. So they got 4 QBs here. He's a 55 overall, but I imagine he's probably going to be on the practice squad. But yeah, when I was seeing that, I'm like, okay, well, why is that the case? Like, no, why? Makes no sense. Chiefs in real life would not do that. They would wait, maybe close to Patrick's, like he had another 2 or 3 more, maybe another 2 or 3 more years on his contract, and then they would, seek that next quarterback for themselves. But yeah, where are the Chiefs? You got Peter Charles here, hidden dev, LSU. He's a left end or left edge rusher. And there you see his stats. You guys can check that out there. Pause the video, check it out. But there you see here. We'll see, kind of see what his potential would be when it comes to star and his star. Yeah, so he gets star trait there if he can unlock it. And then you got Jonathan Rogers, hidden dev as well, 6'6", 335 pounds from Clemson. There you see his numbers as well. 90 strength, 81 lead block. Needs some help in that run block finesse. But then we'll take a look at what his dev trait would be once he unlocks it. And that dev trait would be a star dev. So he would be a star dev there. So Kansas City got some good picks there that time. Did a good job, especially the one they stole from me. They didn't steal it, but you know what I mean. I should have, I should have jumped ahead. I should have offered them something to jump ahead of them one spot there. I knew they were there, sitting at 31. And then you got Rashard Blakely. He is a normal dev from Oklahoma, 6'2", 227 pounds there for him. There's his numbers as well. He's a pretty good player there. So, but I would love to get into more of this, and I'm sure some of you guys probably would. But other than that, I want to kind of wrap this video up because I am kind of losing my voice here. And not to mention I'm hungry. But we did a great job. I think there's a lot of good, interesting teams here. That means there's a lot of really good stories that I, unfortunately, for right now, I just can't tell because we're moving on to the next game, which of course y'all by now know is the Baltimore Ravens. We'll continue our Madden franchise here on the channel on Madden 26. But yeah, there's so many interesting storylines, especially in our division, with the changing to the quarterback and some quarterback drama and We got some teams that got some really, they beefed up their defensive line, beefed up their offensive line. For us, we didn't make any big changes when it came to free agency this year. We got to be able to sign all the players that we wanted to sign. Afterwards, we got, I forgot how much, well, we only got 4.6 mil left in cap. But, that's from cap from the season we're in right now. But, finish up. But once we get into the new season, I'll see how much money we have. I imagine I'd probably make some changes there, here and there and whatnot. But yeah, overall, this is a fun series. Like I said, I want to get back into it. I would love to stick with it and stay with it. Maybe somewhere down the line when I'm not so busy, which that usually is, near never. But maybe somewhere down the line, if Madden happens to be funky and really bad this season, or if I'm trying my best to wrap up, our franchises here quickly. Especially when we start this new one here, I want to kind of play the moments from time to time, a lot of times actually. Maybe we can come back to this game. I always try to make like in this situation, I leave it open so we can always come back and see how the season, or see a series return, and just play on it for a bit and see what goes after some time away from it and whatnot. But now I'm just, this draft really got me energy. Energy's flowing through me now more so than ever, and I kind of want to see more. I want to see what do we do about this halfback situation, and we got a good back. We got a good halfback situation on our hands right now. That we got several halfbacks here that we need to attend to and do well with, and not waste them in the sit on the sidelines. We got some wide receivers there that's doing a great job here. What else? We got a talented quarterback that continues doing some amazing things. Defense is still intact for the most part here. Of course, got to figure out how we're going to keep. What do we need to continue to make it better? Because there's always room of improvement. Never think there's not room for improvement. There always is. So there's a lot of cool, interesting things that we could discover and take apart here coming up in the near future. I would like to bring this series back. I really would. But statistics show that you guys don't really get into. Once the new game comes out, you guys more so about the new game than you are with the old one. But you never know. We could definitely come back and come back and come back with this series and have some fun with it and continue telling some good stories here with these Bears. So try to go back and try to win it for the third time. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. But I'm just now yammering here, and I'm hungry as hell. So that's a sign right there. I need to stop. But if you guys did enjoy the series, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. Again, I do apologize for being so long, but I wanted to get this stuff out there. I'm a huge nerd when it comes to this type of stuff. More so in baseball. Jeez. But this was a fun, interesting series. I try to always find teams that I can have a connection with, and I feel like I have a good connection with these players and team and this division. And like I said, I would love to continue on, but we're definitely going to move on, and we're going to move on to the next phase of the world of sports gaming, and that's on to the next game. So stay tuned for the next series coming up, and it will be the Baltimore Ravens. That's the other bird team they have in there, that city. Baltimore Ravens. We'll get that series up and going as soon as this video launches. That'll be the next Madden video you'll see. Will be that series and that content as well. And like I said, we're going to do more so this kind of content from time to time, do some live commentary here from time to time. just get stuff off my mind that I have about the series and the franchise and all that good stuff. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and like I said, I would love to come back to this series sometime soon. But again, thank you guys so much. Bear down, Bears fans. Season 3, there's a possibility, but for right now, we're gonna say goodbye, and it was fun. As always, guys, keep each other healthy, and I will see you all next time.